In this video, I'll be going over the HASA program for landlords and also real estate agents. Now, HASA stands for HIV AIDS Services Administration. Now, HASA works in conjunction with HRA, which is the Human Resources Administration. Anyone who qualifies for the HASA program has to have the virus and also be a New York City resident. Okay, now this program is incentivized by the New York City. Okay, so if you live in Connecticut, if you live in Texas, if you live in Florida, you will not be qualified for this program. It's only for New York City residents. Now, another thing is this program was created in the 1980s, I believe in 1985. At that time, it was a big epidemic of HIV and AIDS. So the city and these programs came together to help them with housing, with also other benefits as well, such as public assistance, SNAP program where they give food, cash assistance, and also trades, help them get jobs, help them get certifications to build in the marketplace, which is great. So they do have an ecosystem of helping voucher holders. Now, there are currently 50,000 voucher holders and applicants. And so the only downfall of this is there's not enough caseworkers for people who have the voucher. That can delay certain situations, but usually every voucher holder that has the program, HASA, will be connected with or have a caseworker. Okay, so we're going to go over the step-by-step process of what documents are needed, how to connect with a caseworker, and so forth. Okay, realtors, let's say you found an apartment, you're working with the landlord, and you found a qualified HASA voucher holder. The first thing you want to do is get the information of the caseworker. You want to get the caseworker's name, the caseworker's number, and email. This HASA caseworker is going to be pretty much your friend. They're going to work with you hand in hand to get the HASA voucher holder this apartment. Okay, now there are some documents that you need to submit to the voucher holder to submit to HRA. I'm going to put it right here, and there's 3 documents, and it's pretty much a big package, but the good thing is it's not as extensive as the other programs as far as paperwork. All right, so the first document you're going to need is the security voucher document, which is right here. I'm going to put it right here. This is pretty much saying, look at it as a security deposit, right? HASA and HRA are going to hold this voucher in the amount of 1 month on the back end, meaning they're going to keep it. It's let's say, for example, you need to repair and something in the apartment, you could request that security voucher, and then they'll mail it to you in a form of a check. Okay, now the next one is the landlord's information document or form. Now this form is pretty much stating where the check is going to be sent every month. Please note that HASA only pays one initial check, and then after that it'll pay every month accordingly. All right, it's not like city FHEPS where they pay a big lump sum and so forth. So it's not like that. Okay, just make sure that the address is correct, that because HASA sends out payments through the mail, they don't do direct deposit, they only do it through the mail. So just make sure everything is correct as far as the landlord's information. Now the last form I'm going to put right here is the broker or the real estate agent's information. Okay, you're going to put your license number, you're going to put your brokerage name, and that information, they're going to process it, verify if you're a legit realtor, and then also mail you your check. Okay, now 2 things with payments. HASA only pays a half of a month. Okay, so they'll pay more only if the HASA voucher is currently in the shelter. Now, if they're in the shelter, HASA is going to pay 15% of the year. So let's give you an example of 3-bedroom. A 3-bedroom goes for $3,811. Okay, you times that by 12, and then you times that by 0.15, and then you get this number right here. This is how much you get paid. And so it's similar to a city FHEPS payment as well. So this is only if they're in the shelter. Okay, after that, you're going to submit more paperwork. You need an executed lease. You need a copy of the deed or title of the owner, of the landlord. And then the last document that you need is your broker or your real estate license. Okay, so once you submit that package, you're going to give that to the caseworker. The caseworker is going to review it, give it to HRA for review. After that, you're going to set up an appointment with the caseworker to conduct an inspection. Now, the inspection is not as strict as city FHEPS or Section 8. They do have a small checklist, so it's pretty much normal things that they check. They're going to check the windows. They're going to check to see if there's any cracks in the windows. They're going to check window guards. As far as the floors, they want to make sure that there's no cracks on the walls or floors. Temperature of the water. They don't use a temperature gun, but they feel with their hands with the temperature just to see if there's any heat or if there's hot water. Now, another thing they're going to check is the outlets. Make sure that all outlets are grounded. Make sure that there is no pests. They're going to check that. So it's not a strenuous inspection, but they're going to make sure that it's in livable conditions. All right. Once that is completed, they'll send everything to HRA to review. Now, hopefully you receive an approval after everything has been reviewed, from the landlord's packet to the inspection. Okay, from there, HRA is going to mail out the real estate agent the check, and then also the landlord the check as well. I do stress, please make sure that the information that is on the landlord's form and also on the broker's form is correct, because checks will get lost if it's not, and it usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks for a check to be recovered and resubmitted. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me or write it down on the comments. I'm very responsive, and this program is not really noticed by a lot of realtors or landlords, so it just gives you another opportunity of having more options when it comes to the program as well. So peace, thank you for your time. Boop.